Hey guys, it's Bren, and I'm here with a small White Barn holiday candle haul to share with you, as well as a review of Joy, because I figured I'd just throw that into this haul because I've already burned it a few times, and I don't have like a ton to say about it, and a lot of other people have reviewed it, but I'll give you my thoughts on that too. So if you follow me on Instagram, you know I had a pretty exciting weekend. I was in Chicago. I was seeing my favorite band, New Found Glory, who I've loved for like 15 years, twice. And actually Saturday after the show, I went to the Chad's after show, and I met Chad and Cyrus from the band, and I got a picture with them, and they signed my set list, and it was so dorky. I was such a nerd. Why is it that when you meet a celebrity, you just say the stupidest things you could possibly say? But anyway, it was a cool weekend, except then afterwards, Saturday night, I'm just walking down the streets of downtown Chicago, and I just ate it. I just fell, and I twisted my body, and I twisted my leg really, really bad, and I think I pulled my hamstring. So Sunday, I couldn't even get out of bed. I was stranded in my own house. It was terrible, so bad. Today, I can kind of limp around, but it's still a pretty severe limp. So point of the story is, I went to White Barn on Friday. They had most of the new stuff out. I was still going to go again today to check out the new floor set, but that's probably not happening now because I can barely walk. Truth is, if I thought that they had a lot of new stuff that they put out today that they didn't have Friday, I'd probably still be limping my ass into Bath & Body Works, but I think I saw most of the new stuff. The only thing really that I think came out today that I want to smell is the Mary Berry Body Care, and they didn't have that on Friday, but they did have most of the holiday candles. So since I was going into Chicago, I stopped off, like I said, at White Barn. I like to go to White Barn just to see what they have that's different than what Bath & Body Works stores have. And for fall, White Barn, I went a couple of times there because they had all of the fall candles out like a month before they hit Bath & Body Works stores. But I've been calling and seeing if my White Barn had gotten anything in that Bath & Body Works didn't have, and they hadn't. And Friday, I went into both stores, and I didn't see anything in White Barn, aside from the fact that they carry more like candle accessories, but no candles or wallflowers or anything that Bath & Body Works didn't already have out. So anyway, just picked up a few things. And also, if you follow me on Instagram, you know I got a great deal because they basically let me stack coupons. So what happens is I walked up there with 3 candles, and I wanted to do 3 for $36 minus 10 off 30 for $26. And then I also had a spend 15, get an item up to $13 free, and I wanted to use that on this penguin wallflower plug because, oh my God, look at him. He's adorable, and he's also $12.50. But I got the coupons confused, and I was thinking of the spend 10, get a free body care. So I grabbed one candle from the clearance table, which would have been like $11.25. And I said I wanted to use that to get this free. And the sales associate was like, oh, but you have to spend 15. So that doesn't really work. And I was just like, oh, duh. And then I'm sitting there like trying to decide what to do. And as I was contemplating, do I even care about this transaction right now? She was like, but you're getting those other 3 candles. That'll be 15. And I was like, yeah, but I wanted to use the 10 off 30 on those. And she was like, well, that's fine. You can use both. It'll still be more than 15. So I was like, okay. Wasn't going to stop her. So essentially I was able to get 3 for $26 and the wallflower plug free, which is a pretty good deal. Even though the tax in that area is insane. So I still spent over $10 a candle with tax. But when you get this free, that's okay. So I have about 1 million Christmas holiday wallflower plugs because every year they come out with the cutest ones. I had to grab him this year. I also saw a tree that I posted on Instagram, a multicolored tree that looks really pretty too. The only thing I hate about these is I want to be able to turn the light off Bath & Body Works and still have the plug working but no light. I don't like the night light. You pay more to get the night light. For me, that is a con because I'm the kind of person that I have to have it pitch black when I sleep, and I have a 1-bedroom apartment. I leave the door of the bedroom open at night so my dog can walk around, and I have to go around and unplug my stupid nightlight wallflower plugs before bed and then plug them back in the morning. Why, for $12.50, don't I have a little switch? I've considered just like breaking the bulb, but then I'd be worried about like a fire hazard. I do not like the fact that it's just on or nothing. But he was cute enough that I had to get him, and I figure I could probably like use him into January because he's more of just like a winter penguin. So I don't know, but adorable. So I got that free. Can't complain about that. And then the 3 candles that I picked up, first of all, vanilla snowflake, just because it's pretty. I mean, that's the truth. I don't hate this scent. It's okay. I have this ugly one. I hated this label from a couple of years ago that I'm still working on here because it's a scent that I like. I don't love it. I don't have the need to hoard it or anything, but every once in a while I'll burn it. It's a nice, it's a nice clean vanilla. It doesn't taste, or it doesn't smell like an edible type of scent. It's a really cool vanilla, but I like it sometimes. Didn't need another one, but got it simply because I really like the label, the glitter, the font. I like the blue wax, and I bought this just to display. This will likely never ever be lit. I have a few like that. I have, let's see if I can do this the right way. See, I have a turquoise water back there, and I have a couple other candles that I've bought just because I like the way they look, and I'll probably never burn them. So that's okay. I'll put this on a pedestal. I'll display it in the winter. I just got it for the looks. They hooked me with the label on that one. Then I also picked up the Pomegranate Prosecco Punch, and I'm going to do I've already burned this a couple times, but I'm still deciding what I think of it. I keep going back and forth, and it's because I'm trying to figure out the right comparisons, because cold, it smells like sparkling pear Riesling, but burning, it doesn't, and it's weaker. And it also kind of reminds me of pomegranate spritzer candle. It kind of, when it's burning, does remind me of cranberry pear Bellini, enough that I can understand why they didn't put that one out with this one. I have a bunch to say about this candle, and I need to burn it more before I give my complete review. So stay tuned, because I will do an individual post-burn review of Pomegranate Prosecco Punch. I'm on the fence about it in so many different ways, so I'm still making up my mind. But that was the second one I got. And then, of course, I had to pick up the Joy Peppermint Marshmallow candle. And you can see I've already burned this like 3 different times, but short burns. But I don't have, like I said, so many other people have reviewed this. I don't have like too much to add to what's already been said, which is why I probably won't do another review on this one. You'll probably see it again in an empties video. But let me just give you my thoughts on it now. I love the scent. I love the scent a lot. It's sweet. It's pretty mild for a mint candle, and a lot of people are comparing it to like mint Oreos or thin mint cookies. I agree with that totally. Now, you don't get like a lot of chocolate, maybe a little, I don't know. You're not supposed to. That's not in the notes. The notes are vanilla marshmallows and peppermint joy. I don't really get vanilla either, but the sweetness of the marshmallow is enough that it makes it smell like a really desserty type of scent. I had to whip out my old mint chocolate to do a comparison on, and these two are they're different. The mint chocolate is really intense, and the mint is more bitey, and it kind of clears your sinuses a little, and then the chocolate is definitely there. So this is different than this. They're in the same vein. I think you could safely say if you like this, you'll like this, and vice versa. But this is a milder, smoother type of mint. I was really looking for a vanilla peppermint candle because my grandmother used to make these cookies. My aunt makes them now that are like sugar cookies shaped like candy canes, but then instead of putting sugar on top, you put like crushed candy cane on top. And I always thought that would make a great candle. And I was hoping that twisted peppermint, that ugly, well, it wasn't ugly, it was pretty, but it was pink, but it smelled like toothpaste last year. The pink peppermint twirl is what it was. I had been hoping that was my vanilla peppermint, and then that turned out to be disgusting. So I think this is probably the closest I'm going to get. I do enjoy it. Now, as far as performance, I can't say as much. If you follow me on Instagram, you also know that this one had puny wicks, and I have been afraid of that because it had those dark centered wicks, the same wicks that pumpkin spice cheesecake had, and I haven't been able to find a pumpkin spice cheesecake with better wicks, which is a shame because I love that scent, but the candle performs like crap because of it. And so I lit this, and it took 4 hours and 2 cotton balls to get it to pool out. Once I had cotton balled and soaked up enough wax that it did pool out, then it burned okay until I blew it out. Second time, I had to go through the same thing. It wouldn't pool out. The wicks were, little. The flames were puny and blue, and then I soaked some wax out, and then it kind of corrected. But it's taking some work to get this candle to burn all right. And usually when that happens, it gets worse as it gets lower. So I'm not looking forward to how it's going to be in the last, fourth of the candle. I mean, I don't have high hopes for it, I guess I would say. but I love the scent enough that I'll probably get another one. Throw and strength-wise, I'm hearing some people are having problems and not getting a lot of throw from theirs. Mine's actually doing okay, especially considering the puny wick syndrome, which usually decreases the throw. I'm still getting like a 6 or 7 out of it. So throw-wise, I'm going to say 7. Goes around the corner, goes into the kitchen. Strength-wise, I'm going to say maybe 6. This is, I mean, all candles to a degree, if you get used to them, and then if you leave the room and come back, you smell it again. This one especially, though. When I'm sitting here, I just really get used to it. But if I leave and come back, it's like, whoa, yeah, I can definitely smell that candle. So that's how this has been for me. So do I recommend it? I guess it would depend on how much you like it cold, because it does stay true to how it smells cold when you're burning it. It smells pretty much the same, doesn't change a lot, unlike the Pomegranate Prosecco Punch that does change to me. So if you like it cold, pick one up, see how yours performs. If you can find one that doesn't have the wicks that have the little dark center, grab it, definitely, and then tell me where you got it. I don't know why they haven't figured out yet that those wicks suck. I feel like many reviewers, we all talk about those horrible wicks. Like, why hasn't their buyer figured out yet, which ones are better than others? But anyway, I'll probably hold off on getting another one until a little bit later, hoping that maybe a new batch will come out, because the performance wasn't great, but I was able to fix it. It's not the worst performing candle ever, and I love the scent. So that's how I feel about Joy. That's my 3 candle and wallflower plug haul, and as soon as my leg feels better, I'll be going back to BBW to check out everything new. So I'll be back with my review of this. I'll also be back with a couple of Yankee reviews, because I picked up a couple of Yankee candles that I want to tell you about. And last thing I'll mention, I did change my Instagram name from Wake Up Writing, which was something that I made up a long time ago, to Candles and Music, because that's mostly what I post about. And I think I've said, if you follow me on Instagram, like 5 times already in this video, but if you do, it's like 96% candles and Bath & Body Works stuff. I don't have time to be like logging out of one Instagram account and into another and having multiple, so I just have the one though. So you might see a picture of my cat slip in there every once in a while, or I go to a lot of shows and I like to tag the band if I take a good picture, so you might see some music posts like you did this weekend. But just FYI, changed my name there. You probably already know that if you do follow me, and if not, follow me, and then you'll get some updates on my future hauls. I want to get some soaps, I think, too. I'm almost in need of soap. So when my leg heals, I'll be back there. I'll have more, and I'll also be back with my other reviews. Until next time, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you later.